rap, literally. Literally. He taught you how to rap. You say it. Matter of fact, bring up the clip.
When you think of Harlem, what comes to mind? For many, it's the culture, the swag, and the music, a city that birthed some of hip-hop's most iconic figures, and among them stand the Diplomats, better known as Dipset. At the heart of this legendary group are two dynamic personalities, Camron, the smooth-talking mastermind, and Jim Jones, the gritty hustler with a knack for turning adversity into anthems. But while their music told stories of brotherhood, loyalty, and ambition, the reality was far more complex. In 2025, the saga of Camron and Jim Jones is still unfolding, with new chapters being written in real time. This isn't just a story about hip-hop, it's a tale of friendship, betrayal, and redemption. Let's unravel the truth behind the rise, fall, and potential rebirth of Dipset. In the late 1990s and early 2000s, hip-hop was in a state of transformation. Gangsta rap was giving way to more diverse sounds, and regional movements were gaining traction. Enter Camron Giles, a Harlem native with a flair for storytelling and an unmistakable charisma. Camron first made waves with his 1998 debut album, Confessions of Fire, but it wasn't until his 2002 release, Come Home With Me, that his star truly ascended. This album, powered by hits like Oh Boy and Hey Ma, introduced the world to the Diplomats. Jim Jones, who started as Camron's childhood friend and hype man, quickly became an essential part of the group. Alongside Juelz Santana and Freaky Zeke, Dipset wasn't just a rap crew, it was a movement. Their mixtapes flooded the streets, their oversized pink fur coats and Timberlands redefined hip-hop fashion, and their unapologetic Harlem swagger made them icons. But even as Dipset rose to prominence, whispers of internal discord began to circulate. Was the group's unity as solid as it seemed? Section 2. Jim Jones's Solo Breakout. By the mid-2000s, Jim Jones was ready to step out of Camron's shadow. His third studio album, Hustler's P.O.M.E., Product of My Environment, featured the mega hit We Fly High. The song became a cultural phenomenon, with its ballin' catchphrase echoing from the streets to stadiums. For Jim, this was more than just a hit, it was a statement. He was no longer just Cam's sidekick, he was a force to be reckoned with. But this newfound success also brought complications. Camron, who had always been seen as Dipset's leader, reportedly felt sidelined. Fans noticed a shift in their dynamic, with less collaboration and more subtle digs in interviews. Jim, on the other hand, began to assert his independence, working on ventures outside of Dipset's brand. Behind the scenes, tensions boiled over. Jim later revealed in interviews that he felt undervalued and disrespected by Camron. The camaraderie that had once defined Dipset was now giving way to ego clashes and power struggles. By the late 2000s, the simmering tensions between Camron and Jim Jones erupted into a full-blown feud. The fallout played out publicly, with both artists airing their grievances through interviews, social media, and even diss tracks. One of the most memorable moments came during an emotional interview with Jim Jones on Hot 97. Fighting back tears, Jim recounted how he felt betrayed by Cam, accusing him of abandoning the group and dismissing their shared history. Camron, never one to back down, responded with his signature blend of humor and sharp wit. He dismissed Jim's claims, framing himself as the victim of misplaced resentment. Fans were divided. Some sided with Jim, applauding his authenticity, while others rallied behind Cam, appreciating his unbothered demeanor. This feud wasn't just about personal differences, it became emblematic of a larger issue in hip-hop, the challenge of balancing friendship with business. Despite their differences, the pull of nostalgia and fan demand eventually brought Camron and Jim Jones back together. In 2018, they reunited for a Dipset performance at the Verzuz battle against the Lox. The reunion was electric, reminding fans of why they fell in love with Dipset in the first place. Hits like Dipset Anthem and I Really Mean It reignited memories of a bygone era, and for a moment, it seemed like the group had turned a new leaf. But beneath the surface, old wounds hadn't fully healed. Cam and Jim's interactions during the Verzuz event were professional, but lacked the warmth of true reconciliation. It was clear that while they could coexist for the sake of the music, their friendship was still a work in progress. As if the Cam-Jim dynamic wasn't complicated enough, other figures have entered the narrative, adding fuel to the fire. 50 Cent, a master of controversy, has a long history with both Cam and Jim. Known for his playful yet cutting jabs, 50 recently appeared on Camron's sports show, It Is What It Is. During the episode, 50 teased Cam about his past disputes with Jim, even joking about Jim's infamous altercation with members of the Black Mafia family, BMF. Then there's Mase, another Harlem legend with a complicated history with Camron. Once bitter rivals, Mase and Cam shocked fans by teaming up for their sports venture. Their partnership raised eyebrows, especially given Mase's past beefs with both Cam and Jim. For Jim, seeing Cam align with 50 and Mase, two figures he's had his own issues with, was likely a bitter pill to swallow. No matter the drama, Dipset's impact on hip-hop is undeniable. They were more than just rappers, they were tastemakers. Their bold fashion choices, from pink mink coats to oversized chains, redefined the look of hip-hop in the early 2000s. Musically, they pushed boundaries with their eclectic beats and unapologetic lyrics. Tracks like I'm Ready and Santana's Town remain timeless anthems, embodying the essence of Harlem. Beyond music, Dipset became a cultural institution. Their influence can be seen in fashion brands, street art, and even politics, with their music often serving as a backdrop for discussions about social issues. As we enter 2025, the question remains, what's next for Dipset? Camron has found success outside of music with his sports commentary show, while Jim Jones continues to release music and collaborate with younger artists, but their interactions suggest that their relationship is far from repaired. Social media exchanges between the two often oscillate between playful banter and veiled insults, leaving fans unsure of where they truly stand. The story of Camron and Jim Jones is a microcosm of hip-hop's evolution, a tale of ambition, loyalty, and the price of success. Their journey serves as a reminder that even the strongest bonds can be tested by fame and fortune. As fans, we can only hope that Cam and Jim find a way to reconcile, not just for the sake of their legacy, but for the culture that they helped shape. But what do you think? Can Camron and Jim Jones truly move past their differences, or is this the final act in Dipset's story? Let us know in the comments. And don't forget to like, share, and subscribe for more in-depth looks at the stories that shape hip-hop culture.